Chocolate, one of the most beloved treats in the world, has a rich and fascinating history. The origins of chocolate can be traced back to the ancient Mesoamerican civilizations of the Olmecs, Maya, and Aztecs, who used the cacao bean to make a bitter, frothy drink called zacotl. The Aztecs believed that cacao was a gift from the gods, and it was so valuable that it was used as a form of currency. The Spanish conquistadors brought chocolate back to Europe in the 16th century, where sugar was added to make it more palatable. Today, chocolate is enjoyed in many different forms, from bars and truffles to hot cocoa and desserts. With its rich taste and smooth texture, chocolate continues to be one of the most beloved and indulgent treats around the world. So indulgent that people in West Africa, the largest exporter and producer of cocoa beans, consume chocolates the least annually. It means that most of them haven't tasted chocolate in their life, when in fact they are the reasons we have chocolates today. Today on The Story Seeker, we will dive in the origin and process of making chocolate. Chocolate originated in Mesoamerica, specifically in the region that includes present-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and parts of Honduras and El Salvador. The ancient Maya and Aztec cultures were among the first to cultivate and use cocoa beans for food and drink. They believed that the god of wisdom, Quetzalcoatl, had given them the cocoa tree and that it had divine and medicinal properties. The Aztecs called it zacotl, which means bitter water, and it was typically consumed as a bitter, spicy drink. The word chocolate comes from the Aztec word chocolate. Chocolate was first brought to Europe by the Spanish in the late 1500s, after the conquest of Mexico by Hernán Cortés. The Spanish encountered the Aztecs and their use of cocoa beans, and they soon began to cultivate and trade cocoa beans themselves. The Spanish established the first chocolate factory in Europe in 1580 in Toledo, Spain. During the 1700s, chocolate began to spread throughout Europe, becoming popular among the wealthy. It was often consumed as a luxury beverage, and the process of making chocolate was kept secret by European manufacturers. In the 1800s, new manufacturing techniques and the invention of the steam-driven cocoa press made chocolate more affordable and accessible to the general public. Chocolate factories began to pop up all over Europe and soon after in America. Chocolate made its way to America in the 1700s, brought over by European colonizers and traders. The first chocolate factory in America was established in 1765 by John Hannan in Massachusetts. However, it wasn't until the 1800s, when new manufacturing techniques and the invention of the steam-driven cocoa press made chocolate more affordable and accessible, that it began to gain widespread popularity in America. During the 19th century, several major chocolate manufacturers were established in the United States, including Cadbury, Hershey's, and Nestlé. These companies used new technologies and mass production methods to make chocolate more widely available and affordable for the general public. The American chocolate industry continued to grow and innovate throughout the 20th century, introducing new chocolate products and flavors. Today, the United States is one of the largest producers and consumers of chocolate in the world. Chocolate production is a multi-step process that involves several key stages. 1. Harvesting and fermentation. The first step in chocolate production is to harvest the cocoa beans. These are typically grown on small family farms in tropical regions around the world. After harvesting, the beans are placed in large piles and left to ferment for several days. This process helps to develop the chocolate flavor and aroma. 2. Drying. After fermentation, the beans are spread out in the sun to dry for several days. This helps to reduce the moisture content of the beans, making them easier to handle and transport. 3. Roasting. The next step is to roast the beans. This process helps to further develop the chocolate flavor and aroma, as well as to remove any remaining moisture. The beans are typically roasted at high temperatures for several minutes, and the timing and temperature are carefully controlled to ensure that the beans are not burned. 4. Grinding. After roasting, the beans are ground into a thick paste called chocolate liquor. The chocolate liquor can be separated into cocoa solids and cocoa butter using a hydraulic press. 5. Conching. The chocolate liquor is mixed with cocoa butter and sugar, then heated and stirred in a process called conching. This helps to smooth out the chocolate's texture and develop its flavor and aroma. The chocolate is conched for several hours, and the temperature, timing, and method of stirring are carefully controlled to ensure that the chocolate is of the highest quality. 6. Tempering. The chocolate is cooled down, and then reheated to a specific temperature. This process is called tempering. This helps to give the chocolate a shiny appearance, a smooth texture, and a crisp snap when broken. 7. Molding and packaging. The tempered chocolate is poured into molds and allowed to cool and solidify. The chocolate is then removed from the molds and packaged for distribution and sale. 8. Quality control. Quality control is an essential step in chocolate production to ensure that the chocolate meets the highest standards for taste, texture, and appearance. The process of chocolate making can vary depending on the type of chocolate and the equipment and ingredients used. But in general, those are the basic steps that are followed to produce chocolate. There are several different types of chocolate, each with its unique characteristics and uses. Milk chocolate is made by adding milk powder or condensed milk to cocoa butter and chocolate liquor. It is typically sweeter and creamier than other types of chocolate. Dark chocolate is made by combining chocolate liquor, cocoa butter, and sugar. It typically has a higher percentage of cocoa solids than milk chocolate and a stronger, more intense chocolate flavor. White chocolate is made by combining cocoa butter, milk, and sugar, but it does not contain chocolate liquor. It is known for its mild, sweet flavor and creamy texture. Semi-sweet chocolate is similar to dark chocolate but with fewer cocoa solids and more sugar. It is often used in baking and chocolate making. Bittersweet chocolate is similar to dark chocolate but with less sugar and more cocoa solids. It has a strong, intense chocolate flavor and is often used in desserts, baking, and chocolate making. Unsweetened chocolate is made from chocolate liquor and cocoa butter, but does not contain any sugar. It is extremely bitter and is typically used in baking and chocolate making where sugar is added separately. Couverture chocolate is used for chocolate making because it has a higher percentage of cocoa butter which allows for better tempering and a smoother finish. Compound chocolate is not considered real chocolate, it is made with cocoa powder, cocoa butter substitute, and sweeteners. The biggest manufacturers of chocolate today are Mars, Nestlé, and Mondelez, which owns Cadbury and Milka. Other notable companies include Hershey's, Ferrero, which owns Nutella, and Lindt and Sprungly. Chocolate has been a beloved treat for centuries, enjoyed by people all over the world. From its humble origins as a bitter drink in ancient Mesoamerica to the rich, decadent treats we know today, chocolate has come a long way. Not only is it a delicious indulgence, but it also has a rich cultural and historical significance. Chocolate has the power to bring people together, evoke memories, and make us happy. Whether you prefer dark, milk, or white chocolate, there's something for everyone to enjoy. So, let us raise a glass of cocoa or a bite of chocolate in celebration of this wonderful treat that has brought so much joy to so many. Like and subscribe to Eat, the Story Seeker. Thank you.